Welcome, Cancer, to the Temple of Consciousness. Please come in. My name is Ava, and I'm going to be your oracle for your astrology tarot forecast concerning the month of August 2024. And this is relevant to you if your sun sign, your moon sign, or your rising sign is Cancer. So what I do in this reading, for those of you who may be new, is I start with an astrological aspect that I feel is very important for the month we're looking at. And that month would be August 2024. And then after that, I do a tarot reading involving 4 positions that I then anchor back into the astrological forecast, bringing a more rich, informational exploration of the month. So let's begin by tracking the transits of Mars and Venus for you. Mars transits your 12th house. It's in Gemini. Both Jupiter and Mars are in Gemini, transiting your 12th house. Venus moves into Virgo, and we have the Sun and Mercury in Virgo as well, and that is transiting your 3rd house. So let's go back to the Mars transit, the Mars-Jupiter transit through the 12th. Here, we've joined together the god of war, Mars, with the house of mysteries, the 12th. Mars is about your personal energy, what motivates you, what drives you, where your ambition is. And the 12th house is the house of the subconscious. The hidden. That which doesn't have any form, is not yet formed. So Mars connects you to these deep mystical levels of your mind. So you're going to need some way to vent this powerful energy that is sort of swimming down in the deeper parts of your psyche, where you may have pushed down those memories, thoughts, ideas that are uncomfortable, hard to deal with on a more conscious level. You might be exploring those ideas, those memories, those thoughts this month. So, depending on what you believe in, it might behoove you to attend some religious ceremony, spiritual ceremony, or to create your own. If you want to do a deep dive into astrology, the mystical arts, the mystical religions. This would be the month to do it. You can uproot many of those fears, anxieties, stresses that you didn't want to deal with before. This would be the month to deal with it. It might make you a little reclusive, inward. Cancers are very deep, extraordinarily sensitive emotionally. So this puts you on a different stratosphere of sensitivity. Oh, if you do any kind of psychic work, you're going to be spot on, accurate. You're going to get some really deep, intuitive feelings that will, in a sense, be guideposts for you or for those whom you want to help or nurture. So that is one aspect that's very interesting. And then, of course, I think we have a counterbalance to that with Venus moving into your third house, because the third house is not like that at all. In fact, it's quite the opposite. It's about coming out of your shell and participating in your community. It's about communication, about networking. You might even be negotiating, using your diplomatic skills, using your very, well, with Venus here in the third, communicating love, compassion, communicating on levels of emotional connection. So this counterbalances the kind of inwardness of Mars in the 12th. You are rescued, in a sense, from getting lost in the labyrinth of your emotional memories, experiences, tragedies, hurts, disappointments. It just removes you from getting lost in that and brings you into a place where you can share with your community. You want to serve your community, and your community, in effect, wants to serve you as well. So that is the astrological aspect we're looking at for the month of August. So let us now begin your tarot forecast for the same period with the sound of healing. And I do that with my tuning forks. I'm a lifelong yoga teacher and a sound therapist, and I use these in my healing practice. So listen, let's get into the mood. I take a few moments to shuffle the cards before we begin, and I also take this time then to thank you for being here. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. because as I said before in other videos, I have been absent from YouTube for a while, and in that period I lost a lot of subscribers. But I'm back, and I would hope that you could give me a little help in reestablishing myself by liking, sharing, subscribing. And you can hit the notification bell, because I intend also to go live periodically after I do these readings and present some live material as well. But if you like these readings, these free readings, you can support them through a direct donation or through the purchasing of a private and personal reading. If you go to grandcentralhealing.com, that's my website, and you go into the shop, you'll see all the readings that I have, and I have many different kinds to suit your need and your pocketbook. So, with that said, let's begin your tarot forecast. The first card represents the overall energy or thematic mood of the month. We have a reversal. We have the Two of Pentacles reversed. Well, twos are often about choices, making a decision between two options. And if it is that, then being reversed means that there may be a delay. You put it off for some reason, or you perhaps are maybe juggling too many options, wearing yourself thin. Maybe it's about dropping the ball. That is, having too much to do, too many places to be, too many things to do. If you have more than one job, say, then this causes a little bit of a strain on your ability to balance your emotional and material welfare. Now, if we bring it back to the astrology forecast, as I said, there are two very different mindsets during the month. One that makes you introverted, and another that's bringing you out of your introversion into your community. It's sort of asking you to share those deeper revelations, insights that you've garnered by exploring the deeper aspects of your psyche, the information that you've garnered from your exploration of what is hidden either within you or hidden in the situation. Sort of ferreting out and bringing to light what was once in the dark. But really, it's just about maybe missing, on a very mundane level, like missing a bill payment. Letting something fall, letting the ball fall in some way. Not being able to manage to keep so many balls in the air, so many different situations all at once functioning. That's what this means. So maybe it's because of this you know that you're so, as a Cancer, I told you that you're very sensitive, hypersensitive, in fact. And with Mars in the 12th, there's this kind of fog. Remember I said that Mars is the god of war, the fog of internal, trying to figure it all out, and not being able to see clearly, and therefore not having the mental acuity to handle the kinds of things that are necessary. So you might not be able to manage the material world as well because of this immersion in the non-material world. And that's a very interesting phenomenon going on. In the position of what challenges you, we have the 6 of Swords. So your challenge is to leave behind a bad situation, to leave behind the stress, to leave behind what had not been working for you, fulfilling you, disappointments, problems, difficulties, to leave that behind and just to let it go. Whether this is in reference to a relationship that isn't working anymore and that you need to leave, or a work environment, a work situation. Again, with the 2 of Pentacles, it seems in reverse that it might be something like that, where you're overwrought, overburdened by how much you've taken on. And some of that has to be left. You've got to let go. Now, this is also Swords, the mind. And remember, we said that you're kind of like being drawn into this, the murky waters of the subconscious. This is the clear waters of the superconscious, the analytical. This is intellectual acuity. It's called science. Maybe it's the application of the scientific method. The scientific method is about observing, making a hypothesis as to what is causing what you observe, and then testing it, experimenting, analyzing it, and coming to a conclusion about what would solve this problem, and then solve it. Leave behind what is no longer serving you. That is your challenge. That's a big challenge, but you know, Cancers are one of the strongest. I'd like to tell you something about Cancers. You know that on a reincarnational level, when we incarnate into life, into earthly life, we do so through the sign of Cancer. Why? Because Cancer is about family. It's about integration into a group, about being loving, maternal, compassionate, understanding. And these are the qualities that are necessary when you first start on your journey through life. In the position of the unexpected, we have more Swords. And this is the 5 of Swords. Again, 4s are stable, like a square. They're very stable. When you get a 5, you undo that stability. So the 2 of Pentacles reversed was also somewhat unstable. You're off balance in some way. On a material level, mostly. Something in the material world is not in balance. Now, here we have the 5 of Swords, so something on a level of conflict with others. You disagree about something. Now, you can see that the people walking away from the conflict have left their swords, and they look very much disturbed by their loss. You, as the protagonist, have won. But at what cost? So, there's a battle of wits, a battle of ideas that you win. But in winning, you may not win the admiration of your opponent. So there's some situation, some unexpected conflict that you overcome with your intellect. You're smarter. You outsmart your opponent. You outsmart the situation. This is beautiful, really. Even though it's disruptive, well, sometimes those things are necessary for you to achieve your goals, aims, and to correct the formerly negative position you were in, i.e., the Six of Swords, leaving behind the troubled waters. And in the position of the outcome, the actual conclusion at the end of the month, we have the Eight of Cups. In fact, I think the primary theme of this tarot reading is to leave behind what no longer functions as a positive influence in your life. Now here we have a protagonist. He's a traveler. He's going to higher ground. He's leaving behind 8 cups. Those 8 cups represent something that he had invested a lot of emotion into. It represents a long period in which he devoted himself to that, which was initially giving him emotional satisfaction. So it's very much like what you built on an emotional level must be left behind. And it might be that you have the support of your community, the support of, if not your immediate relatives, then your distant relatives. You have the skills, the communication skills, to achieve success. You're also perusing on a deep level those fears, anxieties, tensions, and putting, a sort of male energy into it, in a sense of trying to root it up, bring it up, and deal with it. Mars doesn't hide, but the 12th house is about what is hidden. So it's revealing what is hidden and acting upon it, taking action once you discover what that is. This is a very profound month of deep healing and of letting go on a physical, intellectual, psychological level that which no longer is good for you, and to go to higher ground, to find a better way, a better place, a better time. So that is your forecast for the month of August 2024. Thank you very much, Cancer, for coming to the reading. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing, and supporting these free readings in whatever way you can. It is much appreciated. My heart is gladdened by your messages, your encouragement, and your support. So, thank you, and I will see you next month, or perhaps next week in a live broadcast. So don't forget to hit the notification bell, and that's it. I'll see you very soon. Namaste. The origins of the tarot have been veiled in mystery. We know that its mystical allure has intrigued people for centuries. The tarot has evolved through the ages to become a tool for divination, self-reflection, meditation, and spiritual exploration. It has its origins in ancient Egyptian philosophy, but it's also been influenced by the modern rise of occultism and many various esoteric systems. All of this accumulated wisdom that it spawned and knowledge has been gracefully handed down to us. I personally have been captivated by the mysterious powers of the tarot for over 40 years. And I've found that each reading can offer profound insights, revelations, guidance. It can even be a gateway to the very depths of our soul. I've dedicated a large part of my life energy into understanding the multitude of dream symbols and images that the tarot uses to help open up our psychic mind, that portal into our own depth and soul. If you need any help in understanding yourself, your relationships, your job, your career, or your chosen life path, please don't hesitate to purchase a reading, a personal and private reading from me. I would very much enjoy helping you. Thank you. All my love, and namaste.